Hi, I'm Sarah from Club Spirit, your menopause solution. I'm here with the lovely Tony Surkes, Dr. Tony Surkes, who, tell me what you are, you're a dentist with...
Dentist with an interest in cosmetic dentistry and facial aesthetics and well-being.
Yeah, so we've actually just had a lovely chat about teeth and facial aesthetics, but as Tony's here and he's a bloke, I just wanted to have a little chat to him about his experience of women going through the menopause that may be useful if you are a woman watching this, to maybe show to your partner, to open up a bit of conversation, just to promote a little bit more empathy maybe and understanding from men towards women going through the menopause. So yeah, that's why Tony's here for this chat, which might be taking you out your comfort zone a little bit. And obviously you're a medical professional, so Tony probably has a little bit more understanding of what is going on. But what are your feelings about menopause? Do you understand as a bloke what women go through?
I think the way I'd approach the question is that I do have a little bit more understanding because I'm in a caring profession and I'm surrounded by females in my workplace, because dentistry is quite a female-driven profession at the moment. But I think we know that a lot of men don't know a lot about it, and all they know is about night sweats and maybe a lack of interest in sex with their husbands or partners. And that's sort of it. So I think it's a fantastic thing if you bring to shine the light on this subject, because a lot of men need a lot of education about it. But we also have our own issues. I'm not going on with male menopause, but we lose our hair, and some men have problems with erectile dysfunction and things like that. And our understanding and empathy is absolutely paramount. And we need to understand our ladies a bit more.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
We think it's their problem and it's a women's problem, and they talk about it incessantly amongst themselves, and they don't really involve us. So it's actually it's a bilateral agreement. It's important that the women also sit their men down and explain that this is something that's not their fault, and it's something that happens. And once we understand things, sometimes our tolerance levels are much higher.
Yeah.
It's always about ignorance that causes problems and frustrations, and men being frustrated, women being frustrated, and we know that relationships can suffer very badly through this.
Absolutely. And so just to touch on what you've just said, so a lot of women get terrible vaginal symptoms, vaginal dryness and cystitis, urinary tract infections, and pain during sex, which can obviously be alleviated sometimes by using some topical estrogen or some gels that you can use before sex. But I think the point here is to maybe use this video even to open up the topic with your partner, maybe, who may not understand what you're feeling and what you're going through. And men can often feel quite rejected, can't they? If a woman is not interested in having sex because they're not feeling good, or it could be other symptoms, that you're getting terrible night sweats, or you feel you've put on weight, you're suffering with anxiety, stress, low confidence. There's so many symptoms that women can get that may make you feel not so sexy. Yeah. And I think, if that was communicated to men a little bit more, so if it's like you're not rejecting your partner but you feel really awful and not very sexy, and let's work on ways to feel more relaxed,
even winding
or just
it all
getting
back,
some sympathy or empathy, I think.
And a bit of romance doesn't go amiss.
Yes, a bit of romance.
And it doesn't have to be sexual, because it doesn't need to be that. It's not that or nothing.
Yeah. And sometimes even just a bit of massage or something, you still can have that closeness with your partner.
Yes.
When it might lead to, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think just, telling your partner how you're feeling,
and
which
that
I
you're
think is
there
quite hard
for
for women.
And that you understand it, but the men have to be educated to understand what is actually happening. I think this is where there is a bit of a gap, where the men are not informed, and they think it's the woman's problem, and then get frustrated when nothing really happens.
Yeah.
And so once that gap is bridged, I think it can do an awful lot of good.
Okay.
As the couple.
Yes.
But the women also need to understand that the men don't know anything about it.
Yes.
So it's not just it's a two-way thing, this is.
So unless conversations are opened up and started, you can get to this stalemate, which can really damage relationships.
But the conversation
massively.
sometimes needs to begin from the woman, because she's the one going through this. She's the one it's part of her life. And he may not know, just intuitively, that this is actually happening. And as I said at the very beginning, we tend to just hear about night sweats, so we'll go in the other room then, and not really interested in sex, oh, well, you're getting older, and it's just all negative. And men need to be educated in why this is happening, because we also have our own issues.
I know, and that's another thing. I mean, I think as a woman, I would never... I would try to be understanding if a man is feeling insecure because he's losing his hair or has problems with erectile dysfunction. And it's almost maybe saying to our men, the way you're experiencing these problems that knocks your confidence, I'm experiencing these problems that's also knocking my confidence, as a way of a kind of comparison to maybe make them understand a little bit more. I mean, is that something that it might help men understand?
I think it would help men. I mean, there will always be some men who just don't want to know. I mean, let's face it. There will be some men who just say, well, it's not my problem. But then, is that a great relationship?
Yeah.
It's not really.
No.
But that's not for us to judge or discuss about a relation. We're not here to talk about relationships. It's really just, it's information, and that's why Club Spirit is so fantastic, because it's all there. Everything's there. And if the men are allowed to peek into the site as well, I think they could pick up an awful lot of positives from it. Yeah,
so, I mean, if you want to maybe show them this video, or let them have a look in the site. We really do want to, and you said it wasn't about relationships, and I know what you mean, but it kind of is. It all feeds into our relationships. So whatever you think might help with your partner if you're having problems, hope this has been a bit helpful.
Yes. And that whole subject about letting ourselves go, at a certain age, about not really bothering and saying, oh, well, is it really worth it now, to do my hair or to look nice for my partner? It's just
it's
just as important for men, and we're not immune to this. Men are not so beautiful down below either as we get a bit older. So, we're all in it together, really.
Yeah.
And that's important to remember, isn't it?
I think it is, yes, about making both people making effort, which is everything we promote at Club Spirit, making sure you're doing the right exercise, making sure you're filling yourself with wholesome, nutritious foods, getting enough sleep, getting some stress relief, getting some advice from our menopause specialist GP, Dr. Clare if you need some HRT advice. We really want to look at the whole holistic picture to help ourselves feel much better as we get older. And hopefully men as well are looking after themselves, and we can be in a happier place as we go through our natural aging process. And stay sexy, stay feeling sexy and sassy. We don't have to lose it as we get older.
We do our best.
We
all have to just do our best.
We do. So let's carry on doing our best. And Tony, thank you so much
Thank you very much for asking me
to me about this. Really interesting.
Good.
Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.